I like restorative justice because it gives everybody a chance to have their own opinions and voice their opinions.
It gives the point out that everybody has a chance to give their voice and everybody needs to be heard.
It gives the students a voice and gives you a chance to say everything that you have to say to another student if you have a problem with them, and there won't be anything left to say, so your conflict is solved.
It resolves problems and, you know, it helps people repair friendships.
The healing process is probably my favorite part.
It's about going from being a school to being a community. It is allowing us, when conflict happens, to bring people together to try to figure out how to make it right instead of just sending them home.
They really don't know how to communicate with one another, and they're 0 to Mach 40 with their hair on fire. And they don't know how to get back down to 0 so they can negotiate what they need.
So just like we need to provide the basic needs like food and emotional well-being here, we also need to provide ways to deal with conflict that aren't, physical, that aren't aggressive, that aren't, traumatic. Ways that are calm and gentle and, really get at the root of the problem.
If I was in the regular high school and I had conflict with somebody else, they would probably just suspend me or suspend like the other student or both of us, and then let it be that, and then we'd come back to school and then nothing would be solved.
Instead of maybe handling conflicts in a negative way, it's about resolving them in a positive way and talking them out.
We go into a conference room or a safe space where we can talk, the kids that are involved in the circle, and we go around the table with a talking piece and we get to each express how we felt respectfully.
So we got in there and we talked everything out. It was very calm. We both agreed that we both did things wrong. And now, today, we're back to being friends.
You're learning to, talk about the problem and, get their side of the story and then possibly, become good friends or something.
I've participated both in like a proactive circle, we call it. So there was no conflict in our classroom. It was just a chance, Jen came in and actually led it. It was just a chance for us to, as a class, get around in a circle. And we asked the students just kind of off-the-wall questions, just to build community and make students realize that they're not so different and that they have a lot of similarities.
When you feel like you've been given a voice, then you feel that you have some impact and some power, so that makes them feel a little safer, I think, when they have some sense of power.
I really think because of the restorative questions that we ask each student every time, same questions, they're starting to understand how their behavior affects others.
We are already seeing students actually ask for restorative justice as a resource. So instead of students being frustrated with one another and maybe keeping it in, and then suddenly there's like a blow up in class, we are starting to have students come to the office and say, can I see Jen? Could I have a circle? Could we do this? And so I think that that's a sign that it's becoming little by little a part of our culture.
I think they're starting to get a little more community-centric than ego-centric. They're really starting to understand that their actions aren't in a bottle. They're basically affecting a lot of people around them.
Even though it's just been in the last few weeks that we've really been able to do the circles, incidents with students that result in circles, there's less tension when the student is back in the classroom, whereas like previously, I think all teachers know that feeling of like when a student, the last time you've seen them, they've been at their worst, there's a tension, but that doesn't happen to the circle because it's kind of like the air has been cleared.
There are several times, that I see students coming out of the circles and they have tears in their eyes. And you can immediately tell that they aren't sad tears. There is that energy coming off of them that makes me smile. I mean, I can see that they have just let down their walls in front of their peers that maybe they didn't think that they could do that before.
Some of the issues that kids have here might not be able to control them as well outside of here. And I think restorative justice helps with that because they give you tools that you can use to work on it. I learned that I can actually take ownership and make things right by trying to fix the problem.
More people need to take time to understand the other person. It can help people just be way kinder to each other in general if you just take time for people.